Hello. I'm doing my podcast stuff right now. I ain't gonna be free till about 5. Alright, we're going live. Alright, we're live. Let's get to sharing.
When we cut on to you
I'm gonna tag you on Facebook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, we are live, so you can share if you want right now. I'm going to check on sound, and we should be good to go. I'll let you know in just a minute or two.
Alright, I just tagged you on Facebook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, subscribe,
Share, like, and subscribe.
everything in between.
All right, guys. Show's all yours whenever you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's the new Twin Cities, yeah.
It's the new Twin Cities. It's the new Twin Cities.
It's the new Twin Cities. Yo, what up? What's good? It's the new Twin Cities podcast with Fresh Toney. What's good, world?
Welcome. So,
Welcome. Episode 9, baby.
episode 9, y'all. We here.
We here, man.
Man, I want to say, man, thank you to everyone who subscribe, who check in on our podcast every Monday. I appreciate you. We appreciate the support. We didn't, from day one, we went into this thing just trying to, show Minnesota that we got some heavy hitters here, man. We got people that made their dreams happen here. So we want to put them on the forefront. We want to keep highlighting great people doing great things, man. So thank you for supporting and following us here on this journey.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate every single one of y'all. Everybody who
Truly.
tunes in every week,
Yeah.
man. We appreciate y'all. This comes from a place because this episode is one we've been talking about pretty much since the beginning of the show.
Since day one.
Yeah.
So
you and this guest threw a show together last September, man.
yeah, we did oh wow, we did a show at First Avenue. It was a dope show. We had a headliner, Casey Pluto, Jay Plaza, a lot of dope Minnesota artists, heavy hitters that came through. It was a dope show, man, and I'm glad that we had this guest to come do his thing, man. So yeah, so we got a good show going on today.
Yeah, who do we have here?
We got the famous criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers in the house today, y'all.
Yes, Sirski, man.
You might know him on YouTube, might see him on YouTube everywhere, doing his criminal lawyer reacts. So that's our guest for today. So
man, seriously, yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. How you doing this week, Fresh?
I'm doing good, bro. Easter was good. Got a chance to spend time with the fam. My daughter, second Easter, third Easter. I'm tripping. It was great, man. Got with the family. It's always good being with the family. How was your Easter?
Man, it was good, bro. I was just chilling in the crib. Honestly, I forgot it was Easter, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a big. I fuck with Christmas, you know, and everything. My birthday is there through Christmas,
Right.
I don't know. Easter never really been my family will get together, you know, like my grandma used to have baskets and stuff like that, but. We never really did the big get together. We do that on the regular
days, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I felt like because of the COVID thing, it kind of made things weird. Like getting back with your family this year. Like this is the first year formally we got back. Like we can be like with our family for holidays. So I felt like it just was weird.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a minute since everybody got together, so it just was that first little feeling of getting together, back together. It just felt kind of weird, but
hey, what y'all been up to? None surviving COVID like the rest of the world?
Yeah, like we all just trying to survive here. It's like so it was good to have the whole family, you know, back in one household again.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who had a good Easter. Everybody who was out there. Had the children Easter egg hunting and stuff. Shout out to y'all, man. Hope y'all had a good weekend too.
Exactly.
You know?
So today we're gonna do a video of the week. We haven't did it in a couple weeks, so we thought you guys deserved one on this episode. So we want to introduce our video of the week. It goes to Aubrey King with "Don't Touch Me," "Don't Touch Me." Yep.
Yeah, it was "Don't Touch Me."
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Can we pull that up? Or?
I don't think we got that. I don't think did our producers get that one.
Okay, sorry about that.
Our video of the week is Aubrey King, but I don't think we were too excited about our guest today, so I don't think we even
Sorry
pulled it
about
up,
that.
honestly.
But yeah, the video of the week goes to Aubrey King. You can go to the page and check it out. Go to his Instagram, Aubrey King.
Yep. And anybody who wonders what that song is, it will be in the audio version when the audio goes up to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But today on video, we're going to get straight to our guest, man. We got our guest, Bruce Rivers in the building, criminal lawyer. And with him, we got his son, man behind the camera, Michael Rivers, man. What's up,
give
y'all?
it up.
What's up?
Thanks for inviting us. Am I on? I'm not on.
Turn your mics on, yep.
There we go.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome, Bruce Rivers and Michael Rivers.
People are going to say to me 10 years from now, I can't believe you were on their show. They are unbelievable.
Yes, man. And it's going up every week, man. We get another guest that just solidify what we got going on here, man. So it's due. Like, you guys, I appreciate you guys for accepting, you know, the invite and making it here.
Sharing the love, man.
Right after court, too. Like, you know, so the
Right,
dedication
coming
is
straight
real.
in from work.
You know how many laws I broke to get here?
Man,
We ain't doing no self snitching, man.
No
We ain't gonna do that.
self-snitching.
See,
Zero.
that's
0.
That's awesome,
you
man.
made it here one in peace.
You know what? Hey, but now you can tell your haters that you are a real lawyer.
I don't have any haters.
I think
don't
you
know,
do, Bruce. You got a lot of haters, man.
A guy with this pretty face? Are you
Cause
kidding me?
man, you popping, man. So you know what they say.
Yeah,
you
when
know.
you're at the top.
Yeah, you got a lot of haters when you at the top, man. So, man, but thank you for coming, man. We've been talking, like he said, we've been talking about this since day one, man. So, you know, I didn't have gained a great relationship with Michael over this short, year.
Well, without Michael, there is no me.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So man, Michael's a real important factor here, man.
sure.
So
I know.
we want to hear you guys' story. We want to show the world, or Minnesota at least, what we got going on here. So yeah. So can we start from the top? Bruce? Let's start from the top. Let's go in. Let's go right in. So how did you get started? So matter of fact, where are you from? Let's start there. Let's talk about your background, your upbringing.
I grew up in South Minneapolis, or Richfield, basically.
Okay.
And I was, not the greatest student in high school. In fact, I was a shitty student in high school.
What high school did you go
I
to?
went to Richfield.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I went to St. Cloud State, and I got a 1.9 my first year after St. Cloud State. And so then I went to the U of M, did a little better, and then then I went to Augsburg, graduated from Augsburg.
Oh, I went to Augsburg. Wow.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to Augsburg. Yep.
Little Augie.
Augie.
And so did Michael.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Augie.
man.
Yeah,
That's
little
dope.
Augie.
Although Michael's GPA was about 16 points higher than mine.
Oh. Hey, I think mine was like a 2.0. Yeah.
Mine was 274. He was 375.
Oh,
3.5.
shit.
No,
Or 3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
You're a genius over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He made it look easy. But and so while I was, and I drove an ambulance while I was in college.
Okay.
And
Like
it
an
was-
EMT?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was but it was my private company that my father owned with another guy. And one day while I'm sitting, I was going to get my MBA. That's the kind of guy I was going to be. And I was going to fall into the business, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And so while I'm sitting there one day dispatching, all of a sudden the cops come in with the Attorney General's office, and they raid my dad's business. And he and his partner and his secretary all get charged with Medicare and Medicaid fraud.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
and my dad's secretary got acquitted. My dad and his partner got convicted of 7 counts. They went to prison. Just before he was supposed to go to prison, he tried to kill himself shoot himself. We wrestled the gun away from him. He went to prison. And after that, his lawyers were horrible at the time, just awful, and that's what caused me to become a lawyer after that.
Wow.
Were they public defenders? Or
No,
were they
and that's a misnomer. Public defenders are usually really good lawyers.
Yes.
And
Oh wow, really?
yeah.
So growing up, I always got this thing that
Public
don't
pretender?
don't get a
No,
public
that's bullshit.
defender. No,
That's
no.
bullshit.
Yeah.
They're in court every day. They argue. They know what they're doing. The only rap that's bad about them is that they just have too many cases. They handle between 300 and 600 cases a year easy. I probably handle between 50 and 70 cases, somewhere in there.
Oh, wow.
That's the difference between a public and a private lawyer.
That makes a lot of sense because they do always look stressed out and they're holding a stack of folders, and it's
But
like,
I got my law degree. I opened my own law firm right out of law school, and now I'm a board certified criminal defense lawyer, and I've never looked back. And I love what I do. I love going
That's
to trial.
dope, man. That's dope. So how long did your pops get? Or
18 months and then 10 years probation after that.
okay.
And he could have mooned the judge and said, "Yeah, I did it. I'm glad I did it, and I'd fucking do it again." And and he got less of a sentence. His lawyers didn't know what they were doing at all.
At all.
And I know who they are. We don't have to say their names because we don't need to give them any publicity. But
Right.
and then I met my father's appellate lawyer, who's Andy Burrell, and he gave me my start basically.
Okay.
He helped me get into law school. I worked for him as an investigator for a little while to see if I liked it, and I've never looked back.
man,
That's dope, man. So how long you been doing this type of work now?
6 months.
Oh wow.
No, I'm
I was gonna say what?
24 years.
Okay, 24 years. Okay, so damn, you're an
long
expert,
time coming.
right?
You
Right?
know what? I am an expert.
Yeah.
Board certified.
Right, talk
but
that
I'm-
shit,
Talk your
man.
talk. Go ahead.
By
Yeah.
the National Board of Trial Advocacy as a criminal trial specialist, and by the State Bar Association as a criminal law specialist. So when you say I'm an expert, I'm a fucking expert.
He's a real expert. You hear that? So he's not a fake lawyer. So all that, shut all that down.
Look me up. I mean, you can look me. I'm
Certified.
yeah.
He's
Board-
certified.
Nah, man. That is seriously.
That's dope,
like,
though.
You can see the number of degrees and awards on your
But
wall.
that certification makes a difference because
Mm-hmm.
it means you have to go through a process to get certified, and it means you've handled so many trials, you've cross-examined so many experts that you have 4 judges, 4 prosecutors, and 4 defense lawyers vouch for you. Then they call ones that you didn't put down, and then they also you take an exam. So I had to do that for both things, and it's you reach a level of distinction to show that you're proficient in that, as an expert in that area.
Okay. So did you start out doing criminal lawyer work like right off the bat?
Absolutely. Yep.
What made you want to? So
that experience with my dad
made you want to be on that side of it.
100%.
Okay. Wow.
Have you tried any other kind of lawyer work outside of defense, or
I do some business litigation because that's what my undergrad is in.
Okay.
And I do some injury stuff.
Okay.
And so, but mostly criminal defense. I've had 3 trials in the last 6 months. I've won all 3 of them. I usually, if I go to trial, I'd probably win 7 or 8 out of 10.
Oh wow.
I see. So you're kind of like on not like a federal time schedule. Like you do you know you're gonna win, or is it just the vast knowledge that you have of?
I just look in the mirror and I think, God damn, am I pretty?
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. Sometimes there's no choice, to try a case or not try a case.
Right.
I've got a couple of homicides right now that, they're not offering anything. The offer is like over 600 months. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, well, I guess we're going to trial.
We're going to trial because they're not taking that. Nah. So do you, because I know a lot of lawyers, what are they called? Criminal, what's the lawyers called that the state?
Public defender.
So a public defender. So the thing about public defenders I always heard was that they always want you to go to jail. Like that's always
No, they're believers. They first of all, Michael was the senior law clerk for the Federal Defender's Office. Okay. And the Federal Defender's Office is like a high-class law firm. And it really is. They do incredible work.
Okay.
But no, they don't work with the prosecutors just because they're both employed by the county. They're good lawyers.
Okay.
And they shouldn't be badmouthed. If you have a homicide with a public defender, they'll put a team on it. They've got investigators. There's some private lawyers that just will take your money, and that's the last time you see them.
That's crazy. Yeah.
They hold your hand and not having done anything by the time you get to court.
That's crazy, and that's real too. I didn't see that before. Like you think you get because you paid this money that he's on your side, and
I'm not gonna name his name, but I know a guy. He says the case is over as soon as I get the fee.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And so where I come from. I saw somebody, a shitty lawyer, affect my family, so I know how that happens, and so that's why I have the passion. That's why I do what I do.
And that's what's kept you burning for these whole 20, 24, 25 years.
Well, that and his tuition bills, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Mike, what's up, man?
What's up? How's it going?
Man, it's going good, dude. It's good to see you again, man.
Yeah,
man. I'm glad to see you up and walking.
Yeah, man. We seen the pictures, man, of your leg and shit, man. It's decapitated almost.
Yeah. I almost had to get cut off. Yeah, it was nice to be able to recover from that.
Woo.
Seriously,
hard to have an injury like that without it being in a horror film,
right?
Yeah, I know. Are you? Do you want to talk about it at all? Are you able to?
Yeah, sure. So I had a freak accident. Basically a fall that resulted in sustained pressure on my upper hip, and
the same thing that happened to Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah, in a different area. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called compartment syndrome. Basically, something happens which causes the area to inflame, but it's being compressed, so it has nowhere to go, basically. And so what that happens is the muscle starts to die around it, and it can lead to necrosis, and then eventually, if it gets bad enough, you have to take the leg off, and you can actually die from those sort of situations. So
right, because your main aorta and stuff go through your leg.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff in all the muscle tissue, and it's not gonna. If it dies off, it's not gonna come back to life. So I had a surgery called a fasciotomy. It's where they open up the skin and then through the muscle layers, and they take out all the dead muscle and stuff. So my thigh looks a little different than it did before the surgery. Okay. I was in crutches for a little bit in the hospital for 8 days, but now I'm back walking again and almost fully recovered. Yeah.
Did you have to get like any rods or plates or anything like that?
No, nothing
just
like
completely healed.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a blessing, man.
Man, that is such a blessing, man. Like it didn't take long for that to happen. Like how long would you sleep before you realized?
Like 8 hours. Like 8 hours.
That happened in 8 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. So just imagine if you would have just slept a little bit longer than that or anything. It would have been. Ugly.
Yeah,
Man.
see, Tiger Woods had the same type of thing happen to him. The car was putting pressure on his leg, and he almost lost his leg. Same. Type.
Wow. Man,
Well, I'm
that's
glad to
crazy.
have you here, man. I'm glad you made it through that, man. Cause
He looks good, doesn't he?
yeah. He does.
Yes, no, really.
Yeah,
though,
for
man.
real, you
I mean,
do
not
look
in a
good.
gay way, but
No,
I mean,
right, yeah, but he does look good. Yeah, for what he's been through, you know, in the past
Yeah,
couple
man,
months.
'cause- so are you guys? So are you scared of Miami? That happened to Miami, right?
No, that happened here.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no, no, no,
okay,
no.
Okay.
okay.
We're
I was,
scared of Miami for other reasons.
nah, for real, man. Oh, dude.
That is crazy, man. So, okay, so all right, so growing up, watching your dad, you know, do his thing, like, did that inspire you to also become a lawyer?
Yeah, that did. I like growing up. I mean, it was just him and I, because my mom passed at a pretty young age.
Oh,
and
sorry
so
about that. Sorry.
We've always had a close connection together, and I mean, I wanted to follow him into work all the time when I was little.
Okay,
Okay.
that's dope, man. And it's,
Because last time we smoked, you were getting ready for the bar.
Yeah, still kind of getting ready. Yep.
Okay, awesome.
okay,
man.
I'm sure the injury has pushed
Yeah.
it back a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, pushed law school back a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, you think you ready? You feel like you ready?
Not yet.
Not
No,
yet. Okay. And how did you feel taking the bar? Did you take it many times before you passed, or did you?
I'm still working on it.
Oh shit.
No. I'll tell you, that exam scared the fuck out of me.
Did it?
I only took it once. I passed it my first time.
Ooh, good shit.
But I mean, when I started back then, it's so funny because now everything's online. But we had all these computer disks that you put into the computer. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
No,
It's not
yeah,
computer.
like what?
like a floppy.
Yeah, like a floppy drive.
Oh,
right?
Oh wow.
And so I remember doing those on the computer when I first started. I was just getting so upset because I was getting so many of them wrong, and I was so afraid because guess what? You don't pass that fucking exam, you don't eat, right?
No, for real. Yeah, I heard.
And so I just every day I did a practice exam every day. And then when it came time for the exam itself, it's 2 days, 4 sections. I took 3 extra strength Excedrins before each section, and I said 3 Hail Marys and 3 Our Fathers. That exam scared me, and I finished 20 minutes early before each section.
Oh wow.
So I'm thinking, because I took the Excedrin because I thought I was either going to fall asleep because I had a horrible habit of falling asleep in class, and or get
Staying up late or just.
no, I just get bored, and
Yeah.
I did that through high school, college, and law school, and I was worried about getting a sore neck, and so I was just really afraid of the exam. I beat the shit out of that exam.
Woo!
I gave it respect,
I
Right.
beat the shit out of it. Yeah. I hear that, man.
What do they say? Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah.
There you go. That's pretty.
Yeah, that was
Hang on, I
good.
gotta write that down.
Yeah, man. 5 P's, baby.
Okay, so man, so okay, so let's get into growing up in Richfield. How was it? Like, did you interact with a lot of like black folks growing up, or like?
I'll give you 2 black stories.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, we had like 2 black people in my class
Back then?
back then. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
That was like '84, so
Okay.
that's when I
Okay.
graduated.
Yeah.
So this is a story that I hate. I hate this story. This is my, I just hate this. But so senior night, the last day of the school, where they have all night party at the high school.
Yeah.
And they do that so that people stay there and whatever. This gal that I really, really liked, the only black girl in my class, really pretty. She and I kept looking at each other throughout the whole year,
Yeah.
And then we started kissing on each other, and then we started dating a little bit, right? Well, she comes to my house for my high school graduation party, and my grandfather is, he's dead, but he's
Back then he was, yeah.
racist as fuck,
Right.
and so, but she's there, she's fucking good-looking
Right.
girl's a good-looking girl. I don't care what race
Fuck
they
all
are.
that, yeah.
Unless maybe they stink. No good-looking girl can overcome their stench.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ. Keep going.
Go. All right.
anyway, so we're kissing on each other and kind of being lovey-dovey, and then she goes home, and then my father takes away everything from me. I was supposed to work for him. He fired me. I had graduation money. He took that away from me. and he kicked me out of the house.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it was like because I brought this black girl to my graduation party. Wow. And this is in the '80s. You were supposed to be a little more
A
enlightened.
little bit, yeah. Back then, yeah.
I mean, even
Was
now.
Prince popping back then? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Prince was just getting his start back then.
Okay.
Or not getting his start. He was just getting big.
Bigger. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Prince fan.
Yeah,
And
growing up over there,
So but that was a really lesson for me because my parents all along had said, equality, blah blah blah, until it comes into my fucking backyard. And
That's
so,
crazy.
So that really it just showed. Even my mom who is 5-foot Irish woman. Irish Catholic woman, and just always never said a bad word about any, but she sort of upheld this thing my dad was talking about, and my grandfather, and it's like, Mom, that's not what you've been preaching all these years,
right?
And so that was a really big
tough
lesson
time.
for
Was
me.
that a tough time? Like
That was a really tough time.
Okay.
Tough time for her too. I mean, she was the victim of racism,
Right.
So I just I've never had an experience that was that dramatic since, but I've never forgotten it.
yeah,
Right.
that got to be crazy. And you got kicked out the house for it, and lost your job.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was like he just gave me guns, all barrels,
But you had graduated high school at this time, right?
Right.
So you went straight off to college type thing.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Did you ever keep in touch with the girl or anything? Or?
I've tried to talk to her once or twice.
Okay.
And
Just yeah.
I mean, how do you come back from
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, damn.
Damn, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy,
that's
man.
kinda- yeah.
But that's, I mean, shoot, that's
Growing up
honestly,
here.
that's nothing new growing up here, man.
Growing
That's
up here,
You see
yep.
some of these people with these Black Lives Matter stickers, and it's like, well, that's just a sticker for them to keep the attention off of them,
Yeah.
That's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's
The
not-
Minnesota Nice. I feel like that's just like a cover up for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's Minnesota Nice.
I've experienced that in law school, the Minnesota Nice thing. People
Oh.
talk about Minnesota Nice, blah blah blah, and then you invite people over to your house. Okay, I'll call you on your bullshit, and I did that, and I invited all these people over. Out. You think any one of them would have invited me? Not. I'm not talking about black people. I'm just.
But
talking
just
about
yeah,
people
in general. Yep.
They put the wall of whatever.
Yep. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
We've been
Oh,
dealing
yeah.
with that since for. It's crazy you dealt with that back then, and it's still we still go through it. It's man. I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Well, that's just what it is, man. So, so you went to college here and stuff. So, when did I'm curious? When did your career start to like bubble? Like, what was your like?
You found out you was a good lawyer. Like the moment you knew you was a damn good lawyer.
Mike laughing. Wait, like you know the
do you
story.
have a,
No, I don't know the story. I was
what do
just
you?
like-
What,
I don't know. I mean, when did you come into your own as a lawyer?
Yeah.
I think I probably about 10 years out after I've had a number of acquittals on homicides. I'm and I got the attention of I got my first homicide with Joe Friedberg, who is the best of the best of the best.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get this case, and it's my very first homicide, and I know that I'm not going to be able to do it myself because it's like doing surgery blindfolded. I had plenty of trials, but never a homicide. So I brought him in on the case, and I said, Joe, we need a little gray hair on this one. And I didn't even know him, but I knew him by reputation.
Okay.
So he comes in, he helps me get the case, and I said, we'll do it for $30,000 plus $15,000 in expenses. Joe says, Bruce, I'd love to do the case with you, but we'll do it for $100 plus $25,000 in expenses.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
So, and then I started getting more homicides and winning. I've only lost like a couple, and I've
Like
had
your whole career, you
Yeah.
only lost a couple.
yeah.
Man, you sound like you got a good boxing career,
Right?
Well, the thing about it is half of it's just doing the work. And when I walk into a courtroom now, I can see judges who used to be prosecutors that I had cases with that I beat. And so you walk in and you get a little respect when
Yep.
Plus, I also treat people decently. There's some people that have this theory about being fire and brimstone, blah blah blah. that doesn't work. There's only one guy in the world that works for it, and that's Earl Grey. And he's a good lawyer, really good lawyer, but I could not emulate his style at all. You know, I mean, you need to live to fight another day, right?
Right.
You're going to have to see that judge. You're going to have to see that prosecutor. You can be an effective advocate without being a complete dick, you know?
Yeah. I watch a lot of Law and Order, man. So when I think of lawyers, that's how I think. Like they act, like the whole TV show thing. Like that's what I see.
By far the funniest lawyer I've encountered so far.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of them is real serious, and you just got this aura, like it's like everything's good. Like I would love to have you as a lawyer.
Well, here's the thing. There's two things. One, the last 3 trials I've had, I hadn't had a trial for a while because of COVID.
Okay.
But it just felt so good to get back into the courtroom and
argue.
Oh my God, I had this one in October, where the victim in the case was a domestic, and but it was a felony strangulation case. But the victim was this really good-looking woman, but she was also a bodybuilder. And she she tore the fucking door off my client's house, you know, because he threw her phone out and said, "Go get your phone," and then he locked the door behind her.
She tore the door off.
Yeah, she tore the fucking door.
Oh
right.
shit!
And I had a picture of it. I'm like, this is the person who couldn't, you know, defend herself, and she ripped the door up. And he was acquitted like no time. But you know, he was bawling because he was up for a felony, and he didn't add a clean record, and we kept it clean and kept him out of jail. And
Right.
So you know, that's it. Just feels really good to be in trial.
Okay. So I feel you like to help people, but like that feeling of winning, like beating the case. That's kind of bitch. Yeah.
You know,
you guys.
But you talk about, you know, knowing you've succeeded or whatever. I tell you, this channel that we have, it's just taken on this life of its own. That's CLR Bruce Rivers.
Yes. CLR Bruce Rivers.
And
Want to get into that?
This is Michael's creation. Michael, we did one video called YNW Melly, Murder on My
Murder
on My Mind. Yep.
That was our very first video that we did.
Okay, hold on. So what made you guys, before we get into the story, what made you guys set this up? Like, how did you get the idea, Mike?
So I had been into, like, I mean, I feel like YouTube half raised me in a sense.
Yep.
I've been an avid consumer of all things content on YouTube, and then whether it was like hip hop or whether it was whatever, from like just everything from academics to Adam 22 to every little
Same here. Yep.
Yeah, nook and cranny I could find. And then there was a time when the reaction channels started popping up, like I Am Dante, No Life Shaq, then Nick and Dad, all these. And I saw all of these, and I enjoyed watching a lot of this reaction content, you know, just to see what other people would like. It's just weird social phenomena. That I thought it was really fascinating, just waiting to see what other people are going to think. I never thought I would anticipate that. But I realized that it was devoid of more of a, you know, professional voice. I mean, you'd have that sort of situation go on with a lot of other sort of situations. So there'd be like sniper reacts to movie scenes about sniping, right? There was a lot of those videos on YouTube about other sorts of experts reacting in some other sort of ways.
Okay.
So I figured, especially with all the self-incrimination in hip-hop, like, and the fact that he himself has represented like a good amount of rappers and dealt with Instagram posts as discovery or evidence in cases before. So it'd be interesting to see preemptively, before the law gets involved, while they're putting the content out, what a lawyer, like, hypothetically, if he was representing people putting this stuff out that was clearly self-incriminatory, what he would think. And did the first video, Murder on My Mind, just the refrain, I've got murder on my mind, I've got murder on my mind. So that was just interesting to see him reacting.
Yeah, not looking good for him now.
Yeah, history's not judging that one too well.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy how that came back around, but
we put that video up, and so it was about a year later. We didn't do another video. We just did that one. All of a sudden, it would have had over 100,000.
Yeah, it had over 100,000 in like 6-7 months. Maybe it was. It was like July of 2019 or 2020?
I think it was late 2019.
Something like that. Yeah, because we waited a whole year
to do another one.
Yeah. We just did that one on a lark, and
oh wow.
And then we started doing them regularly, and now Melly's going to trial.
Wow. So you guys did one video in 2019, and then waited a few months, 6-7 months,
I think actually it might have been about a year.
I think it was about a year.
Before you guys was like over 100,000 on the first video,
Yeah.
and then you guys were like, okay, let's we
And
got
that
some
wasn't-
here.
and we didn't even monetize it back then.
Okay,
Man.
You know,
We couldn't.
well, we could have, but we didn't. And we were just I don't know. It was just something that we did as a lark, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, maybe we should do this kind of on a regular basis.
yeah.
So it wasn't.
What
long-
gave? Okay,
Go ahead.
So what gave when so after the 6-7 months was like came, like what made you be like, okay, let's start doing this regular?
It was the amount of interaction and like how novel I realized the content was, and the traction. It gained traction, so I already realized, how novel it was. You're not gonna have any other lawyer without.
In the comments, you look at the comments.
Yeah. So there's
Okay.
a ton of interaction, a lot of impressions, a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of engagement in general. So I was like, oh, this could be something a little bit more because it's so unique. There's not a lot of other lawyers on YouTube, and for one, and two, if they are, they're doing more like boring kind of breaking down
Right.
topics, or they're reacting to Better Call Saul or whatever they're doing.
So okay, so when you guys got to this point, you're just like, Dad, we need to do more. So you just started looking up more rap videos, or like how did you?
Well, I knew like, I had specific ones that I had in mind that I'd want him to do before. So you have perfect examples like TK's situation,
Oh, yeah.
where he has a wanted poster of himself while he's on the run in his own video. And having a lawyer, I think, see that was, I thought that was going to be fun to do. And then you had other situations like, I don't know, T Grizzly, where he's very vocal and
First day out,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. And then,
See, when you just picking the genre of drill, for example.
Exactly.
I mean, what is drill? I mean, drill is beef music, and what's more ripe than rival gangs shooting at each other?
Right.
You know?
That's very adrenaline rush type
Yeah.
of thing.
But it's
It's
criminal law.
exciting.
It's all in criminal. I mean, look at Young Boy.
Yep.
He's got a pending case, and he goes to California. He gets another case. Now he's doing this. Now he's got supervised release. So then that gives us an opportunity to explain exactly what he's going through. And you read our comments. The comments are awesome because what I do two things on the channel. One, we explain kind of we kind of decode the lyrics, and that's kind of fun in a way, because when the guy says close your legs, bitch, because all I want is top, what he's really saying is he wants oral sex and not interested in intercourse, and you know what song that's from, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so that's part of the charm of it, but then we also decode what they're going through in the legal process. What,
Okay.
what the different statutes are, what are the penalties, what are the defenses, that kind of thing. And like I just did one on Melly, and what he's going through with the trial and the death penalty. So it's
Man, that was really good
Yeah.
too.
I
watched that like 2 days ago.
Man, I love how you just so descriptive with it, and you put it into terms where we can where we can understand it if we're not lawyers, So
Yeah.
I love it. I love what you guys are doing, and I love the message you like. It's like the personality with it too. It's like you. Like if nobody met you, they'll be thinking like you're acting, but it's really you, and that's what's cool about it. Like you're not.
Your mic laughing.
Yeah, it's
is that shit fun to shoot, man? Like
it is fun. Yeah. It is fun to shoot. It is fun to shoot.
like when
Like, what is the typical, like, okay, how long does it take to make a video typically? Because you guys push them out kind of quickly.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, before
we
the
did-
accident,
How
too.
long we did 3 on Saturday? How long did that take?
Well, that took about 2 hours, but like there's a lot of research and whatever and whatnot before we're going into it. So
Okay.
if like let's say we're doing a case update and stuff, we're gonna need to go to the county's information and pull whatever documents that we need to pull, get information however we can. So a lot of it is just preparation, and then we can
Yeah.
go into it. And we usually just it's like one take, and then I cut it up however I want to cut it up. And but like with music is a little different. It takes less long. And then there's some videos like interrogation reactions where there's
Right.
no prep at all. I just throw it in front of him and see what he thinks because I know he's going to have good commentary. But other things
Right.
take more preparation.
What did
on
to
that.
catch a predator? Did you see that one?
I
man.
didn't get to that one, but I saw a couple of seconds of it.
Chris Hansen, he which I really don't like the guy, to be honest with you. But
Explain that. Go ahead.
well, Chris Hansen has these To Catch a Predator videos,
Mm-hmm.
and so they set up. He's been chatting online with somebody who's underage, and the guy comes into the house, and one guy's eating a fucking cookie, and all of a sudden he realizes Chris Hansen comes around. It's really not. He's not getting laid by a fucking juvenile. So he's eating this cookie. He's eating this cookie. And he sees Chris Hansen. He says, "I don't even want this cookie." I mean, like he's disrespecting the cookie. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? Give me a break.
So do they go to jail after they get caught or no? Or
I
just, like,
think they
embarrassed?
do it, but a lot of them, they catch him before they really do anything.
Yeah, so they can't.
So they,
Except for the guy that walked in completely naked, he definitely.
Yeah, but you notice they didn't even interview him. He's like, all right, see you later.
Peace out, man.
Oh, that's crazy,
dude.
man. But yeah, man, I just love the message you guys bring with the whole setup. Like, you're trying to teach people to stop self-snitching, especially the gangster rap.
Well, we do preach that because you know why I hate self-snitching? Because sometimes I can win a case, but for the self-snitching. And that pisses me off. Makes my job harder, right? But here's the other thing we preach. We also preach building. Like building your education, building your relationships, building your financial future, building your life outside of a life of crime. And I can't. I've had several guys say, "You've been an inspiration to me." Now I'm in law school. In fact, I had
that's got to be a good feeling.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better. So. There's two different parts to my career. One is, this YouTube thing that's really taken on a life of its own. And then there's, the law part of it. And they really do blend together. But I do the same thing in both roles. I try to effect change, positive change in others,
That's dope, man.
And I feel like it works, too, because your guys' channel, like we were talking off air, your guys' channel is blown up so quickly. And I feel like the content, the way it's set up, the way Mike edits it, and the way you deliver yourself, like you are a criminal defense lawyer, but I get like a cool uncle vibe from you.
Yeah, like
not a creepy uncle.
Nah, the cool uncle that we trust.
Yeah.
Well, you can trust me.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know?
like you like even if it is Michael giving you like some kind of script or knowledge on language and stuff, the way you present it is like you actually like are from the culture and stuff. So it makes like.
Genuine.
It definitely make dudes from the streets feel more comfortable talking or watching and stuff.
When we first started, I was really stiff because I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Then our channel has its own kind of vibe to it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so, and Michael's just a taskmaster at creating content and knowing what we should put out there.
Man, that's dope, man. And me and Mike had a conversation about the Bronx drill scene, and man, you covered it so like
oh
you
yeah,
did
the K-Flock.
yeah,
thing,
the
that
whole
was
K-Flock
tight.
situation.
Yeah.
That like you did your thing on that one, man. Like I really enjoy watching your videos.
Man, that was really cool because like we were over Mike's house, we were chilling watching UFC, and I don't know, you guys were talking about it, right? And then Mike is like, fuck that, we're gonna fucking make a K-Flock video. And then like it came up like a day or two later, and it was just cool to see that. And then like you guys have a real audience, like you know.
But here's the thing: so something like that happens, it's in the news. So then we do a reaction to it, and then guess what? They charge him. Then we follow it, and then we say, okay, here's what's going on. So it's like the content feeds on itself.
That's very true.
But the news doesn't really cover half these fucking things. I mean, have you heard? I mean, maybe they're covering Melly in Fort Lauderdale, but outside of that, nobody's covering it.
Exactly.
No.
So even with the George Floyd case, I followed you. Like to get every reports. Like I didn't even go to the local news or nothing. Like every time you dropped a video, like I was into
I knew that.
what you was doing.
I know those guys. All the guys trying those cases. They're trying them right now. In fact, I think in June they're going to be trying the rest of those officers.
Oh wow!
In Hennepin County.
Yep.
So it's not finished. Like
No.
It was supposed to be April with COVID, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So what part are we on now? Because
This is let's see, it was 4 officers total, right?
Yep.
So you got I don't remember their
Derek.
names.
There was Derek Chauvin, it was Tao, Alex, what's his face, and like
Officer Lang.
King.
What?
King was Lang, King, and Tao.
Yeah.
okay, yep.
And so let's see, Lang is represented by Earl Gray. Bob Polly has one, and Tom Plunkett. They're all colleagues of mine.
Okay.
I all know them all really well. All are
Good people.
fantastic lawyers.
criminal lawyers as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Defense lawyers?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
running
yeah.
with
For
you.
the people
Yeah.
that don't know.
Hopefully they're not wills and trusts.
Yeah, man. Hopefully they're not entertainment lawyers.
Yeah. Well, people jump on cases sometimes. You never know. But-
Just cause, right? Or for the money, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah.
But I guarantee you that'll be televised again.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about that, well, they already did that in federal court and they all lost.
Yeah.
Well, which part? The
federal civil rights case.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what part of the? What is this called?
That's coming
in
up.
June?
Yeah.
A trial.
That this is the actual trial where if they're guilty they'll get sentenced.
This is in state court in Hennepin County,
Okay.
as opposed to federal court. They had civil rights violations in federal court that they lost on, and now they're trying them in
For the state.
For the
court.
state.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah, you might-
Okay, that makes sense.
Same case, just different.
different
courts.
level to it.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, yeah. So, man. So,
So-
what? Okay. Side note: what do you think about the Nipsey case right now? Because Eric Holder has been in jail for like how many years now, and I haven't heard anything about his case actually being updated.
I haven't heard jack about it either. What we could probably do is just you look at the court filings to see where things are at. But that's California, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, things just drag on and on and on in California. Wouldn't happen here in Minnesota.
Right. Is it because he has like money behind him, or like is he like
No,
using?
it's just a system out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just reading about the Rodrigo Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Richard
Ramirez,
Yeah.
Ramirez, and he got, he was found guilty 14 counts of this, 13 counts of that, like rape and murder and stuff
shit.
like that. He was terrible. He's the worst person in human history. But yeah, he
California?
went to jail and he
You're
was
so judgmental.
for those decisions he made. Maybe he was nice outside of those decisions. I don't think so.
No,
though.
some people are just fucking rotten.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that dude, because it was random too. He would just pick a random house, shoot the husband, do bad things to the woman, steal whatever valuables they have, and he did that to like over 20 people
In Cali?
in
Yeah.
California, and that's he was called the Night Stalker. But he went to jail and he was supposed to get the death penalty, but he was in jail for like 20 years, and then he died from lymphoma.
Yeah, cancer or something.
Yeah, cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like something crazy. Like that's how long California's state system takes, like for stuff.
They had him think about the death penalty for 20 years.
I'm sure he didn't care. That guy was nuts.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
crazy, man. So
But anyways, though, so yeah, man. So you guys had to take a little break, from the accident and stuff on the YouTube channel, and you made the announcement a couple weeks ago that you're getting back to full speed now.
Back in action.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he had an accident.
I was
too,
gonna
didn't
say,
he?
yeah. Didn't you have an accident? Let's talk about.
I
what
had
happened
more
to
of it
you.
on purpose.
Oh.
No, I race. I ski downhill. And,
Oh, okay.
And I was on my second run in the state tournament up at Giants Ridge, and
What, going too fast?
well, probably going about 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
And I went back on my skis instead of leaning forward. I caught an edge, and then I went ass over tea kettle into the fence, and I dislocated my shoulder. And then they took me to the hospital, put a needle in my arm like this long, tied a weight to it, went like that, and then just popped it right back in. Immediate relief. It was immediate relief. Nothing else is broken. So
Okay, and then you just had to let it rest for a little bit.
Sling,
Yeah, a
a
little
little,
bit.
sling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. It's good to have you guys back, man. Because I was missing you guys' show. Like I was.
Yeah, man. What say? How did the fans were worried, man.
I know we got so much love from these fans.
Right?
It's just,
Yeah.
hey man, where are you? I thought
Yeah.
Like you got 500,000 people waiting on you to drop content.
we are
That is crazy,
like
right?
1,100 away from that.
Yes,
goal,
that is
yeah.
crazy. Like you have such a response. It's got to be, you have a duty, I should say,
Yeah.
to the people.
I did feel that in reading our comments.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really vocal. I mean, I just can't believe, and it's fun. They're really fun to read, and some are. I love it. Like one guy, he was talking about K-Flock, and he says that I got it all wrong, and his mother should sue you. And I'm like,
Oh shit!
So I said back to him in a reply. I said, yeah, she should.
Yeah. Go, please. Please.
So the documents that you get to look up stuff, is it public or only lawyers can get to this information that you get?
Yeah, some of it's I don't know. Some of it, well, all of it's public, but some of it's a little trickier to get to. Yeah.
Okay. So the regular person couldn't get to it.
Yeah, they could.
Oh.
Absolutely. But you just have to know how to get to it.
Okay.
You know?
Gotcha.
How to weave your way through the court system, basically. So like with Melly, it was fun because I looked up all the court filings so we could tell who their witnesses are going to be, what they're fighting about. We looked at
So that's public?
yeah, it's all public. Look at NBA YoungBoy when their lawyers filed a motion to suppress the results of a search on his cell phone. That was an interesting thing. That creates a totally different dynamic in that
Right.
case.
Yeah, you definitely have to know what you're looking for, because like even the way you explained how they're gonna in the Melly video, how they're gonna have difficulty finding witnesses, because you know what I'm saying, like you would have to know the system well to explain that, because you like basically. To me, a public viewer, whatever, in the audience, it's like, yo, it sounds like a Derek Chauvin situation.
Well, the girlfriend and the girlfriend's mom would not sit for an interview or sit for a deposition. In Florida, you can do depositions. They can, almost nowhere else they do that. But and so they wouldn't sit for. They couldn't serve him because they didn't know where they were. And so
So that's not a crime?
so
Like to
dodge a subpoena.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta know where and when to not be.
Right. Like I never got it. What do you...
But Michael just he pulls up all this stuff and he knows his way around, and it really is amazing. It makes it really easy for a guy like me who's got a 3rd degree education.
Right. Not computer savvy, kind of. Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, Mike. So,
That is
what how many hours do you typically put into editing the content after you guys shoot? You know, you said it takes like 2 hours to not long to actually do the shooting, but what's the post editing process like?
It can really vary, especially like how much time I have to put out. So we're trying to ramp it up as far as production. So get like 3 videos minimum a week out. Yeah.
Okay.
And so some of them aren't that bad. So if it's just like a standard like reaction video to or reacting to a music video or some sort of other thing that's simple, those are pretty easy because you just have to really you're just cropping something and taking it out, messing with the audio levels a little bit. It could take anywhere from in like a 10-minute video, it could take anywhere from like minimum is 45 minutes, but up to 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes it takes much longer than that if it's a longer video and I have to do a lot of little subtle things here and there.
Right.
But one thing I like about our platform and the style is it doesn't need a lot of heavy editing like a lot of other creators kind of base their stuff around. The content, the substance of the channel kind of speaks for itself, and that's what people want to see. They don't want to see I mean, there's things we can always improve on here and there, but honestly, the volume sort of like just putting out a lot of volume is what people want to see more.
And none of it is filler. None of it ever feels like filler. Like it's legit. Yeah, it's legitimate. Like updates, legitimate information. Even if it's just an update on a situation, it's like legitimate information, not just I heard this through the grapevine.
Yeah, you guys get that professional voice, like you said.
That's right. I mean, here's the other thing. I don't like talking out of my ass. Unless, somebody's on the other end. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I don't like giving out bad information. You know, I don't like to be a know-it-all. And, I just think, and then all of a sudden, everything I said was bullshit. You know what I mean? So I think we're pretty careful about putting accurate content out there. And once in a while, we might get something wrong. And if we do, we say so.
Right.
But for the most part, everything we put out there should be pretty damn accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like you have to have that attribute being a criminal lawyer, a defense lawyer. Do you like criminal lawyer or defense lawyer, or is it criminal defense lawyer?
How about just D lawyer?
D lawyer. D lawyer.
Sorry about that.
No,
you good, man. You good.
No, criminal lawyer is good. But it's
you got to put that on a shirt now.
with D lawyer. we had some
Maybe you can make it for us.
Right?
lawyer.
Hey, there.
Bruce the lawyer.
Yeah.
You
D
feel me?
lawyer.
The lawyer. The lawyer. The baby.
But and we've gotten noticed all over the place. We went out to No Jumper last year.
Man.
That was amazing. That was
Talk about those experiences, man.
Yeah.
No
Fitting
jumper,
fresh.
no
I
jumper
would
first.
just say, yeah, No Jumper. That was crazy. I remember first getting the email from Laura at No Jumper, and we had started to get some spam emails before that, so I didn't know what to think of it. But I took it as genuine when I first saw it. And,
Okay.
And me, it meant a lot. It meant something a lot different to me than it did to him because I
had no idea who he was.
just entered this realm, and I had been an avid consumer. You remember, I just remember watching very first interviews with even Bones, Team Sesh, Hollow Water Boys sort of group, and then X's interview on there, and all of the huge stuff, and following Lil Pump around, all the craziness that was. All those
That's
things.
2014, 15,
Yeah.
16.
Yep. Adam put the work in.
Yeah, for sure.
So one of the very first things that happened, we got on the first page of World Star, the hip hop website.
Oh wow,
That's
he's on
big.
World Star. That's big.
And Lad Bible, we were on Lad Bible.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I mean, all of a sudden we're getting blown up, and then we're sort of showing up in all these places, these big name places.
Fresh and fit. Yeah, I seen you. Yep.
And then we went out to L.A. to do No Jumper, and we we did an episode on it, and we did rented a BMW i8, and we stayed at the Four Seasons.
Did it big.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Man, that's dope, man. Cause I like you said, just in YouTube world, we're entering it now too. So we're getting all these different type of other platforms that's looking into us that want to get on the show and stuff like that. So just doing it a little bit, I can see, how it's a different world for you, for your lawyer world and in the YouTube world.
Did you see yourself hitting this kind of
Fame, new fame?
is it
No,
do you wanna
I
call it new fame?
had. You mean internet famous?
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll say that. Yeah.
I had no designs. I was just doing a project with my son,
Yeah.
That was crazy.
and it's just we're having fun, and he knows what he's doing. I just fucking work here, man.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. Mike, did you know that you could turn him into a star, and you guys could be a team like this?
I didn't. No, but prior to us doing it all, I always knew his personality was one that could blow up and be public in some form or another. He loves the spotlight.
You got to. You got to some
But-
degree.
Really.
But no, after there was some traction on the Melly video, I started to see the potential instantly, how fast that blew up. I could probably replicate this and we could make it a regular thing. But it took a little bit for me to see that clearly, that it could be something this big and also to have people return. Because that's another thing.
That's the biggest thing.
If it's a one hit sort of thing where it's the spectacle where it's just so rare that videos like that on YouTube come up all the time where it's you're never gonna recreate what you got famous for, a lot of those one hit videos, but to be able to replicate that formula and redo it over and over again, and then expand that formula too. And I would like to thank the subreddit Chiracology. That was a huge one that passed us around
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, they man, that's been around since for a minute now. They got so much information in there. They blow a lot of people up.
Yeah,
They-
Reddit is another superpower.
We did on the O Block indictment of those 5 guys that got indicted.
For Duck.
Yeah,
for
and that went. How fast did that blow up?
that hit 500,000 within
And that's just
4
me.
or 5 days.
That's just me talking about a fucking indictment.
Right? That is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's so big. It's so, man. That's one of the biggest cases that's been going on this whole year, right? Melly and then O Block. That's big. And King Von dying, that whole Chicago drill scene is crazy.
One of the things I'd really like to do is not a town hall necessary, but maybe a round table with about a half a dozen black mothers who've lost kids and to gang violence.
And see, that's what I like about what you guys got going on, because you guys care. It's not like you just doing it for the money or for the fame. It's you really giving back. And I also seen that you for you guys is you guys help people bond out or something like that.
Yeah,
Patreon, yep.
We have a Patreon account, and people are like, what the fuck is a lawyer doing having a Patreon account, man? That's your typical white hick,
Right. Okay.
And so But we use that money to bail people out. We've done it a few times now, and
Yeah, 3 at least, right?
yeah, and here's the thing: we don't get the money back. You know, like there's a thing called the Freedom Fund that does the same kind of thing, except for it's a revolving fund. So the money, when they're done with the case, the money goes back to the Freedom Fund.
Oh, okay.
For us, we put up the money and they get to keep the money.
Maybe explain a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Explain a little bit how bail works. Like
Yeah.
Well, if you're poor and can't afford it, you stay in jail. All right. And so these are on low level cases, you know, under $500 bail.
Okay.
And if you're some poor guy that just can't afford it, then you sit in jail on a bullshit case. You know, they probably for more time than you'd get if you settled it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you put up, generally if you put a bond up, it's 10%. But if we put the cash up, like for like a $300 bond, put cash up, then at the end of the case, that money, it goes to the person whose bond it is, or who, you know. And so if they don't show up for court, that money gets forfeited. If they show up for court, and at the end of the case, if they have fines or whatever, they take the fines out of there and they get to keep the balance.
Oh, so you don't even want the money back. You guys keep it. That's dope, man. See, and I love that because it's like you guys really are putting a message in what you guys are doing, man. And that's the biggest thing. Like, stop self-snitching. Like, please. It makes the lawyer's job harder, right?
Harder.
Yeah, seriously, you know. Have the videos changed your clientele? Did you represent a certain type of person before?
Is that so?
We got questions.
We have
Questions.
questions
All right.
on the TV.
So
yeah.
have the videos changed your clientele? No. Do you represent a certain type of person? Yes, I represent the ones that can pay me.
That makes sense. A whole lot of sense.
sir. Yes, sir, man.
Like, what's the craziest reaction you got out of one of your videos?
Craziest reaction.
Like the response from people. Like,
You guys have a couple
I get-
videos with 1 million views.
Yeah.
I get noticed on the street all the time.
I think
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think the Who I Smoke video for sure, because academics reacted to that. I Am Dante reacted to that. So I'd never seen a reaction to a reaction before.
right? That is crazy.
Before
Here's the thing: I had never seen that before, and before I didn't know who the players were, and I didn't know anything about it. So I'm thinking, oh, this is these are guys that could be in a fraternity, and here they are on this nice golf course.
Yep.
I could hang out with these guys.
Yes.
Smoking a stogie and being on the golf course. And all of a sudden, push your shit back, boy. You know, so okay.
Dude, every
Because it was-
line was a diss in that song.
I had no clue. But then I did Fulio's.
When I See You.
Yeah, When I See You.
Yep.
And then I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
and by then
yeah.
I knew what the deal was. So I'm like, okay, sorry guys. You know, I kind of felt that way. 'Cause
I think you deciphering the bars was like the funniest part. You're like,
Man.
yeah, I'm gonna bust a cap, and you're like, yeah, that means he's gonna shoot you.
Those are what gets me.
Oh
is
my God,
The way you
every
recite
time.
everything.
But see, the thing is, when you and there's an underlying message to everything we talk about, right? And hopefully it'll be overwhelmingly positive. But if you don't interject some humor into it, and you sound like this white guy from the suburbs who does wills and trusts, you know, you're gonna lose your audience.
Exactly.
And no one's
I'm sensing some beef against wills and trust lawyers, man.
They're boring. They're boring. Who wants to do that? I mean, they're necessary.
Yeah.
They're necessary, but they're boring. And so if you don't have a message that can get to somebody, you know, same thing when I'm sitting there doing a closing argument in front of a jury.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, we have another question for Mike. Have you ever lost a woman to your father? Oh, whoa. Damn.
What the fuck?
And if not,
Oh, have you ever lost a woman to your father?
No.
no.
I don't know, couple weeks.
Do you-
not
do you-
not a chance.
Do you get a lot of females from like screaming Bruce, Bruce? No,
What?
in the streets.
What? You talking to me?
Man,
No, you know what? You know what I do get? I get people, but you know what I get? I get chicks that want money.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Oh,
you know,
Of course.
gold diggers. You know, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But the funnest thing,
Man,
that,
they see that I-8 in the Bruce
Right?
Willis intro, man. They see you walking in front of First Ave. They're like,
That's
who's
right.
this guy?
Yeah.
But the thing that I do get that I think is just fucking hilarious, I get recognized all the time, and usually by young guys in high school or just out of high school. Hey, man, are you Bruce Rivers? Hey, can I get a selfie?
I
You know?
bet. Everywhere you go, huh?
Well, not everywhere I go, but it happens a few times a week.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I bet. That's,
How does that feel for you? Like, 'cause, may I ask how old are you?
Double nickel.
I was gonna say 33.
On the speed limit and only getting faster.
All right, so he's 20. They changed it to 20, so that means you're 20 now.
Something like that.
oh, okay.
No, I'm,
No,
I'm
but-
55.
Okay, so how do you feel with like how have you adjusted to the social
I'm
media
really
age?
afraid of black people. No, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
This man is the most unafraid. I ain't even trying
Man,
to hear that.
yeah.
Man. Though you done been places a lot of people wouldn't go, even if they are black, man.
Well, here's the thing. You know, if you treat people with respect, you know, you put your pants on one leg at a time, right? You breathe the same air that I do.
Yep.
You know, you want the same things for your children and whatever. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, we're all men. You know, and there's nothing special about me that makes me better than anybody else, and
I like that attitude.
and so that's how I've always approached things.
humble.
Facts.
Humble.
Facts.
I love
That's the way
it.
to be. So has the social media age? Do you feel like you've adjusted to it? You know, or are you adjusting to it? Do you feel like you get better at it, or is Michael?
know. What do you think?
Is Michael kind of your catalyst?
Oh, Michael's
his-
my crutch.
Being his PR is a fucking nightmare.
Oh, you don't want to say that. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're gonna get canceled. Oh, you're gonna get canceled.
Man, you know what? Now
say
you're
that,
gonna
don't
get
say that.
now you're gonna get YouTube comments like, you gotta fire that guy, Mike. Man, he's not good for you.
All right, how about this one? Have you ever declined to represent someone because you found them morally reprehensible? And how low will you stoop?
Big fan. Big
Let's
fan.
see.
Actually.
Big fan.
Let's see, how low can I go? I think that. Let me see. No, I've never not. I've had some really creepy guys. Really creepy guys. We had this one guy. This is a funny story. So this guy comes into the office and he's a holy roller. You know, Jesus.
Okay.
And
Oh, okay.
and so, and I'm a Catholic, you know, I'm a God-fearing Christian, whatever, but I don't wear it on my sleeve. Anyway, so this guy comes in, and he and his wife don't have sex because she has fibromyalgia. Well, he takes a little bit of a sleeping pill, Fairy does, puts it on a graham cracker, puts her to sleep, and fucks the shit out of her. Oh, that worked so well. He had his best friend over with his wife, and they're watching a movie, and he gives them a little, Dr. Pepper with a little fairy dust in it, and puts both of them to sleep, and does whatever he does to the wife, right? Well, that worked so well. Oh, wow. That worked so well that their daughter was over with a few friends. So he puts everybody in the house to sleep.
Wow.
With a little graham cracker with frosting on it and fairy dust, right?
Wow.
So he does whatever he does to her, a lot of things, and he puts it on an iPad, because she's in love with him, right? Anyway, so he tells us this horrific story, and both me and my office partner Joe are looking at each other like, we've never heard anything more predatory in our life.
What?
Incredible. So then Joe lays the fee down, $100,000 plus 25 in expenses. And he turns around, he puts his face in the chair, and he's praying, but he's crying, And he gets up and he goes, "Okay, I'll come up with the fee. Here, would you guys like a mint?" And we both looked at no. I said, "Joe, if we would have taken that mint, we'd wake up in the morning with our pants in around our ankles and not knowing what the fuck happened."
Oh fuck! Yo.
Gave you some of that fairy dust, huh?
Yo.
On the mint.
Thanks for asking the question. I know how low you will stoop for money. Sadly, I'm an even bigger fan. Here's the thing. I get hired to represent people on criminal cases, And criminal cases, by their nature, involve some form of deviation from the norm of human behavior, right?
Right.
And so, whether it's an assault, a homicide, the easiest ones are homicides where we're only arguing the law, because I had one guy who was sitting in the end of a bar. These guys walk in, they get super drunk and calling the Commodore the N-word and all this other stuff. So they're asked to leave. And my client was asked to help him to leave. So he's holding the guy's hand, and another guy has him from behind. They're escorting him out the door. The guy wriggles free. He goes to hit my client. My client pushes him. He falls back, hits his head, and dies 5 days later. No question as to what happened. Everything's on video. No questions what happened. It's just, what does it mean? And he was acquitted like that.
Well,
Right.
And he should have been. It was totally
Right.
overcharged.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the kind of case that I just absolutely love.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Hell
Stuff
yeah.
that makes sense is right
Gotta-
there. The
Gotta make sense.
proof is in the pudding.
Have you ever? So maybe maybe I'm just asking a different way. Have you taken a case where you know you might not win?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
All the time. But if there's no offer on the table, you just got to go there.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Gotcha. I don't know if we asked this already. Can you talk like what was your hardest case? Like what was your most difficult victory?
My most difficult victory?
Yeah, if you got one.
I had a murder 2 case in St. Paul, and I really liked the client a lot. Really liked him a lot. And this was a question of what happened. And we're sitting there, and my client was alleged to. This is at Arnella's Bar on University Avenue.
Okay.
And this woman's going to testify that my client, said air the place out. Gave him the gat. And I'm trying to get out of her, that the music is loud in the club. So I said, was there music playing in the club? And it's a black bar, obviously.
Right. Hell yeah.
And so, and she says, yeah, there was music. I said, well, what kind of music? It was music. She's not giving me anything. I said, well, was it country and western music?
Oh my
So
god.
I said it just like that. And she said, no, it was rap music.
Damn.
So it was really a hard fought battle. It was a 3-week trial. 3-week trial. And so that's a long time.
Did he actually shoot, or was it just a
No.
terroristic threat?
No, his cousin's the one that shot. And he killed a guy from Cameroon. Guy that had nothing to do with nothing. He was just in the way.
Wow.
And so we're waiting there for the verdict. And I've talked about this on my channel a little bit. And my guy had the biggest forearms of anybody I've ever seen. He had tattoos of each one of his children on his forearm. Big tattoos. He looks at me, and he was charismatic. He had the guards eating out of his hand. He was just you could tell he had charisma,
Okay.
He looks at me and says, and the jury is coming back. My palms are sweaty. And
Because you don't know how it's gonna go.
right, and that happens every time.
Okay.
Even if I see something on TV, you still have that almost automatic response. He looks at me and says, if it's guilty, I'm jumping over this table and whooping that prosecutor's ass. And that's a true story. And this prosecutor had been needling him, just being a dick, Lucky for that prosecutor, it was a not guilty.
Because you believed he would have really did that.
Oh, I know he would have. I know he would have. And what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to probably tell somebody. Excuse me, deputy. This is what my client just said, because it's not privilege. That's a future crime.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what? You just get ready to buckle up for the next next case.
Well, okay. What was my toughest courtroom loss?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
A black preacher on the north side.
Oh shoot.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
Talk about it. I might know.
So what happened?
So he was accused of shooting his ex-wife's lover. And we're sitting there, and he gets picked up out of the Super America gas station.
Which one?
Just where was it? It was like off of Broadway. It's probably now a Speedway.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Broadway,
so he gets picked.
University.
He gets picked
That's
up.
right around the corner.
Yeah, he gets picked up there, and the next morning after this had happened, and he gets picked up there. First of all, there's cameras all over the fucking place, and cameras that followed him pretty much everywhere he went. And so they pick him up, and the VCAT team, the Violent Crimes Arrest Team, and they what do you call it? Search him, don't find anything, put him in the back of the squad, bring him down to the homicide unit, search him again, bring him into the interrogation room, then bring him over to talk to him, then bring him over to the jail. When they take him to the jail, what did they find in his pocket? A bullet. Now, I'm having the jury thinking that the cops planted this bullet.
Okay.
And they're coming along with me, or at least I think they are. And now he had been and then the cops go back and talk to him again at the jail once they find the bullet and ask him about the bullet. And he says, I don't know anything about a bullet. I don't know anything about a bullet.
Right. I don't.
And so then I'm like, okay, I've got something to work with here. I tell him to stay off the fucking phone. You got to stay off the phone if you go to jail. You got to stay off the phone if you go to jail. And he goes, and all of a sudden I get a CD from the prosecutor, and it's my client's greatest hits, and he's talking to his cousin, and he tells his cousin on this jail call, of course I knew the bullet was there. I was just being a smartass. So any credibility I had ever had up to that point was fucking destroyed.
Wow.
So like when that stuff happens, does that affect like your morale, like client morale or anything like that? Or is it just...
I was pissed as hell at him, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't make me fight any less hard, but he was his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
He would have got kind of a better deal if he wouldn't have.
No, not necessarily, but
Okay.
But it destroyed what I was working on, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole his whole case.
And so then from there on out, I think we just totally lost the case. That was a tough, and he got life without.
Yeah.
He got.
For talking on the phone.
So he actually killed the
Oh,
ex-lover.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he was waiting in the cut, as they say. That's what his wife said.
He was waiting in the cut.
Oh my god, this is awesome, man.
Man, it was
awesome.
how long? We've been on here for an hour now. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Man, so it's been dope having you here, Bruce. Oh man, you got any more? I don't know why, but my instincts tell me that you and your son should move together and film a reality show.
So our producer does a show called Profession Confessions. There's a little shout out for our producer Gabe, where he interviews people who live on the darker side of life, prostitutes, maybe military operatives who are now discharged and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's a little bit excited about this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who?
Yeah, that's his back question. We got another. Have you ever been afraid of a client? Have you ever been afraid of a client?
You want to talk about the last situation that we had together?
Which was what?
The judge asking if I escort you to meet with the client to make sure nothing happened.
Which was that? Which one was that?
Where we were in the room and he alleged that you had been drinking with the prosecutor the night before.
No, I wasn't afraid of him. He wouldn't have been convicted, by the way.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
This is a guy he's talking about. There was this client. We have to give bad news sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Good Luck Charlie. I mean, it's not like, oh, everything's great.
At least you keep it real about that too.
Because some guys will just tell you what you want to hear, to get your money,
Yeah.
or they're just afraid to confront you. It's like, no, here are the facts. No fucking lawyer can change the facts of your case. Period. What we can do is we can maybe investigate things and pull things up, but we can't change the bad facts. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling him this, and I'm saying I think you're going to lose your trial. And if that's the case, that's the case. I gotta say it,
Gotta say it.
And so he got pissed off at me, and he tells the court. First he threatened me, and then he said, because he wanted his money back, and he paid me $4,000 on a $15,000 retainer, so he didn't pay me all the money that he owed me. And so he wanted that back, and we're on the day of trial. We're in our second day of jury selection. And then he tells the judge, I want to fire him. Judge, he says you're an Oreo cookie. And then he says that the prosecutor and I were out drinking, and that I was intoxicated when I went to go meet with him, the night before, and it's like, okay, well, and you smelled alcohol in my breath. Okay, you were behind fucking glass. How can you smell anything? Give me a break.
Oh wow. So he's in jail already.
Oh yeah.
Oh what?
He fired. Well, he did fire me, and I withdrew.
Right.
And then he had the public defender, and then he wound up getting convicted.
Same. Nothing was going to change him getting convicted, basically.
I don't know because I didn't try the case, but he had this. And here's the other thing: sometimes these clients want some fanciful defense that just is bullshit. That there's just no way this is going to work, and that's one of the things that I kind of told him.
And because when you guys initially meet, you have to let them know that to some degree, right? Or no?
You can possibly lose.
Oh, anybody can lose a case.
Right.
I mean, nothing's a guarantee. That's some guys will say, "I can win this hands down," and guess what? They're lying to you. And I tell clients right off the bat, if he says he can win your case and you believe him, go hire him.
Yeah.
But you can't lie to somebody and tell them I can win your case hands down if you can't.
Right, because it's just like football. There's always a variable or an audible coming from the other side, So, yeah. Who do you?
So
do you have what is your most? Do you have any famous clients that you can speak about?
I can't. No, not that I can talk about.
Oh,
obviously.
Right.
But
you have had some reach out.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Some pretty big names.
Okay.
Pretty big names.
I know one, but I ain't gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's dope.
Hell yeah, man. So, what do you guys got planned next for the channel? What's
next for CLR Bruce Rivers?
So I think we're almost at 500,000 subscribers. So at that point, I think we want to throw a party. We were just talking to you guys about that. Hopefully, maybe do something with getting some fans out here from not in Minnesota, doing that. 500,000 was also the threshold we wanted to set for a podcast, and we've already set up some things along those lines. There's some other things that need to be worked out, but getting a podcast up and going.
Hey.
And then hopefully more interviews. Getting him on camera with maybe an artist or two, I think that would be a really cool dynamic.
That'd be dope.
That'd
be dope.
Do you see that, Bruce? Do you see this whole the YouTube channel and the podcast starting? Do you see it taking you out of the courtroom?
It does. It puts me on my yacht.
Hey, that's what.
That's the other thing. Our theme song is now we've got a whole piece of work.
Right.
And
Bruce Rivers, he's a criminal lawyer.
Yeah. Who is he? That's
Shout out Jordan Lapping, fuck Kareem, man.
And so the plan is, I think sometime this summer we'll film a video on the boat.
Oh, we there.
Hey, what's up, man?
We there.
Up? We there. We need parts, man.
Bullets and bitches.
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes.
That's another thing too, man. Like in some of your videos, you got the straps posted, man, where you just woke up like fuck it that day, or like.
What are you talking about?
I just delete the.
Who you working for?
Yeah.
Straps?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's it, man. We talking about
self-snitching?
It's all legal.
Yeah.
Well, man, so I think we coming to an end here. It's been a great show, man. I'm glad that we had got you on the show. This is personally my favorite. I don't know about him, but we're happy you guys got down here.
Nobody knows about him.
They will. They will, though.
It's been an honor to get to know you guys a little bit.
Yeah,
we did that show. I think we could do another one.
Man, hey, we got some. We gonna put something in the works here. So. Yeah, I love that show.
And I'd be nothing without this guy right here.
Yeah, shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike Rivers, man.
Thank you guys for giving us a platform here, and I'm super happy to know you before this started.
Yeah,
to watch all this stuff grow and to see everything coming together.
This is dope.
It's awesome. I
like this. I'm getting in the habit of like being in front of the camera and talking and just putting myself out there. So I learned a lot from you guys just watching you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, you want to talk about starting off in the beginning, man. Episode 1, shake you.
You got a face for the camera. You got a face for radio, but you got a face for no, I'm kidding.
He face for the radio.
That is me though. I'm typically behind the scenes. He had to pull me out the cave.
Yeah, I had to get him out to do this, man. But he's a natural, so I love it, man. So the new Twin Cities podcast. This is episode 9.
Yep, 9.
Episode 9.
We got Bruce Rivers. We got Mike Rivers here, man. Do you guys have any last words you want to tell the people?
Hopefully these won't be my last words.
No, hell no.
This fucking guy, man. This fucking.
No, I really appreciate you guys having us on, and then you know what? When we'll share the love, and we'll have you guys on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please,
man,
please,
please.
man. So yeah, thanks for coming on the new
Thanks
Twin
for
Cities
coming on,
podcast. It was.
This
there
has
you
been
go.
episode
It's been
9, guys, man. Go check out Bruce Rivers on YouTube, man. He's got reactions to pretty much any and everything that's going on.
your favorite artist.
Make sure to hit up Motivation to Hustle on Instagram.
Yep.
Make sure to hit up Blue Spear MPLS for your merch needs.
Yes, sir.
And that is episode 9, guys, the new Twin Cities.
We out. It's the new Twin Cities.
Yes, sir, man.